In her inspiring book Option B, Sheryl Sandberg shares her personal story after the tragic loss of her husband and explores how to cope with trauma and personal tragedy in a way that highlights the importance of understanding these emotions and allowing ourselves to feel them. Option B, Facing Adversity, Building Resilience, and Finding Joy. By Sheryl Sandberg. Sandberg begins by sharing her own experience of losing her husband, saying, "After Dave's death, I realized that I had to face a sad and bitter reality. I longed for my husband, but he had moved on to another world. We had a plan for life together, but that plan suddenly stopped." Through her experience, Sheryl offers valuable advice on how to deal with shock and grief. She encourages acknowledging pain, anger, and fear as a natural part of the healing process, stating, "You have to be strong to be weak and brave to be scared. You have to go through the shock and accept it firmly." Sheryl also shares stories from the lives of other people who have experienced personal traumas and how they learned from them. She cites the poignant example of her friend Katie, who lost her son, and Katie said, "Before my son's death, I had a narrow view of the world. After that, I began to see things more clearly and appreciate the small things I used to ignore." Sheryl emphasizes the importance of being kind to ourselves during periods of sadness and pain, saying, "It can be tough on oneself at times. But when we are kind to ourselves, we go through the healing process better." Sheryl emphasizes that dealing with shock takes time and coming to terms with the plan B, which is life after tragedy. She shares her personal experience of regaining the ability to laugh and be happy despite difficulties and encourages readers to continue living with hope and optimism. Bit to remember, the importance of understanding and properly addressing shock and grief and how to apply these methods in our daily lives. Sheryl Sandberg addresses the topic of building emotional and psychological resilience as an essential part of recovering from personal traumas. She emphasizes that resilience relies on a deep understanding of emotions, positive thinking, and constructive approaches to dealing with challenges. She introduces the concept of psychological resilience, saying, "Resilience is regaining your flexibility and living a normal life, even if you've lost something precious. It's the strength that grows within you as you learn how to bear the shock and regain your balance." Furthermore, she stresses the importance of positive thinking and finding the bright sides of life, even in the presence of pain. She notes that positive thinking is one of the most effective tools for building resilience and shares the story of her friend Dave, who always encouraged her to seek the positive aspects of situations. Sheryl provides examples from her personal life and the lives of others to illustrate how resilience is built. She shares the experience of her friend Adam, who suffered an injury and needed to use a wheelchair. Adam says, "When facing difficulty, we must remember that there are things we can control and things we cannot. We should focus on what we can improve and enhance in our lives." Sheryl also offers advice on how to positively deal with challenges and change negative thinking patterns. She emphasizes that setbacks should be transformed into opportunities for learning and growth, stating, "When you fall, you can recover and rise with even greater strength." Sheryl summarizes that building resilience requires self-compassion, acceptance of pain, positive thinking, and working on improving life in any way possible. She encourages applying these ideas in daily life to build strength and resilience in the face of challenges. Bit to remember, how to build emotional and psychological resilience and deal positively with shocks and challenges. Searching for hope is an important way to cope with personal traumas and tragedies. Here, Sheryl emphasizes the importance of developing a positive outlook on the future and working towards goals even in the presence of challenges. She begins by sharing her personal experience after her husband's death and how she lived through a period of profound grief. However, she says, "Slowly, I began to develop a vision for the future. I wasn't sure how to build it, but I realized I had to start from scratch." She also mentions the story of Mark, who lost his job due to difficult economic circumstances, and how he used this opportunity to build a better future. She says, "Mark had to look for hope and believe that there were new opportunities waiting for him." Sheryl provides several tips on how to develop hope and achieve goals. She stresses the importance of setting small, tangible goals and working step by step toward their achievement. She says, "If you feel despair, look for a small goal you can achieve today." Hope can be a source of strength and motivation in life. Here, Sheryl offers another piece of advice related to recognizing the importance of social support and sharing goals with friends and family. She says, "When we share our goals with others, we gain additional support and motivation to achieve them." Sheryl concludes the idea by sharing her personal experience of finally finding hope and building a new future despite all the challenges. She emphasizes that everyone can search for hope and work towards achieving their dreams, even in the face of difficulties. Bit to remember, the importance of seeking hope and developing a positive vision for the future even in the presence of shocks and tragedy. We can't ignore the importance of social support as a crucial element in building resilience and recovering from shocks and tragedies. It has a significant positive impact on a person's ability to overcome challenges. Sheryl mentions her personal story about the support of friends and family, which helped her recover after losing her husband. She says, "I had no hope in the world, but I had confidence that people would be here to help me." She cites her friend Dave, who supported her in tough times and helped her cope with the pain. Sheryl emphasizes the importance of friendship and social support in easing emotional burdens. She also offers advice on how to ask for help and rely on others during difficult times. She points out that acknowledging weakness and the need for help isn't a weakness but a sign of strength. She states, "When we ask for help and give others the opportunity to support us, we strengthen social bonds and deepen relationships." Sheryl concludes by stressing the importance of providing support to others in challenging moments. She encourages actively offering support and listening to the needs of others. She says, "When we are here for each other, we become stronger together and overcome any challenge." Bit to remember, the importance of social support in achieving resilience and recovery from shocks and tragedies.